Greetings. Today I would like to talk about the score checkmate. It's a checkmate which makes trouble to all beginners, and I would like to show how to play against it. So white plays e4, black plays e5. Then instead of knight f3, so white can play queen h5, which is main scheme, and then or bishop c4, which is actually more accurate scheme for black or for white. And if black plays bishop c5, white can play queen h5. This position is known as a square checkmate. So if knight played f6, white checkmate black. Black can actually play another way, maybe g6, and in this case white still win the rook anyway, this way or this way, so white still be able to win the rook and win the game this way. However, the question is how to play against that. So these two one attractive, another protective move do not work. However, here queen e7 provides a draw for black. So in case of knight f3 is the best move, so it's important to play d6. And if knight attacks, so it can be it can be g6, the best move. So queen h4, then knight or bishop e6, take, and then white played d3, knight c6, and actually, so the position is equal here. So if so black can play differently. So if knight okay, in case of white playing knight c3, so black plays knight f6 immediately, queen g4, and right now white attacks the pawn g7. However, black doesn't need to protect the pawn. Instead, black plays knight c6. So the right way is to play d3, and after castle, the position look like a draw. Castle, so knight a5, move c6. So white and black develop slowly, and basically position looks like a draw. Okay, it can be b5. And this position is playable, and if both sides don't make serious mistakes, the game is supposed to finish in a draw. However, if instead of d3 white decides to take the pawn, black plays rook g8, and after the queen move to h6, black can take the pawn, but it's not the best way. The best way is to take the pawn, and if the king takes the pawn, so black actually attacks the king and the queen at the same time, and in this fork, by this fork, black wins the game. However, if white plays king f1, so in this case rook g6, and it turns out that queen has no place to move. So queen needs to take the rook, and after fg, king takes the bishop, move here, move the bishop to g4, knight f1, and okay, it can be also d5, take, then queen f7 check. So position of black is superior, so black supposed to win because black has at least queen for rook and bishop, for rook and knight. So position of black is superior here. So let's return back to initial position. So when white played e4, e5 and bishop c4, actually in this position black shouldn't play bishop c5. This is a mistake for other reasons. So there are two good moves: knight f6 preventing this scholar checkmate, but if white likes the scholar checkmate, or if black likes to play scholar checkmate, and I will demonstrate how to do it, then the best move is knight c6. And if right now white decide to play scholar checkmate, in this case black can play g6. Now white plays f3, and the idea is to attack the pawn f7 again. So right now the best would be knight f6, and we consider it later. So I would like to consider the move for the beginners, because you assume that only beginners play this score checkmate, or maybe those players who want to confuse the opponent by unusual opening. In both cases, good move f5. So what now? If white takes f5, in that case black plays knight d4 and get advantage. So now in case queen d3, black plays d5 and then takes the pawn and get advantage. So in case of knight f3, it can be attack, take, and black takes the pawn. Knight returns to f3, take, after that take again, and in this position black has advantage because the pawn structure of white is not so good. So position is equal, material is equal, but because two weak pairs of pawns, black is supposed to win the game at the end. So black plays bishop g7, I don't know, d3, knight e7, knight c3, c6, h4, castle, and black will attack the pawn two pawns on the f line, open f file. So in this position black has advantage. So let's go back. So after queen e3, so knight e2, and right now black plays castle, and if white takes the pawn, the knight, so it will be take, move, and then after knight h6, castle, so d3, take, has no other chance, attack. So black has strong attack actually. So if you take, so it will be immediate check. So if queen f3, it will be knight f6 or knight g4, and in case of g3, knight e4 check, or knight e5 check. In case of queen d3, it would be attack, strong actually attack, I don't know, or king or rook needs to move somewhere here, and then it will be another strong move, so rook still need to return because the attack is very strong here. So queen take d5 is a mistake, so queen needs to return to g2, then c6 and d4, knight moves to d3, and the position of black is superior again, because black so the knight block absolutely the bishop on c1, and this way block everything else on the right side. So black supposed to win this game. So therefore, after castle, so black can, or white can castle, and then still the same idea. So now white still takes the pawn or the knight, and after that c6. So you have the same ideas, basically similar ideas here. The difference is so it's better variation for black, but still black is supposed to, a better variation for white, but still black is supposed to win this game. f4, take, king moves, the best to take here, and actually in this position white actually even before that, so in this position white doesn't feel good at all, because if bishop moves, so bishop takes a pawn, and the white king is under pressure, under strong pressure, because after exchange it will be all pieces of black will attack the king, and the only protection is the queen, which is not enough. So in any case, the position of white is very bad here. So queen d6 is not good in such a case. In such a case, queen d6 was not good. So queen c6 is probably similar variation with a little difference. So knight e2, e5 or a4, take, queen takes, take, queen takes the rook here, and queen e7 check, king moves, check again, take, check, moves back. So now castle, and after queen d5 it will be bishop g7, queen f4, knight f6. So the position is interesting because it seems that black has material advantage, but like rook for the bishop. However, the estimation by the engine is minus 3.1. Because the king is vulnerable and position of white is undeveloped, whereas black is developed already and ready for the attack. So we can play this game to demonstrate that white is in trouble. So d5, move here, and so here already white needs to give away the material. So right now we come to the point that when black attack, so and if white takes the bishop, so it will be of course checkmate. So white needs to protect, take, and black takes the rook. So the position is absolutely good for black. So we show why. Now so let's consider again this no, not this way. So we just follow the take, move, take, and knight d4. So we consider this position again. So the best variation here is g3, of course. So we checked d6, c6. If you play to e3, so it will be fork, so this variation will be bad. So queen cannot move to b3 or a3. So yeah, e3 we check. So there is one other variation, interesting variation, which I want to consider. When queen continue trying to checkmate, and in this case queen f6 after take, so take, then bishop b3. So now king knight e7, queen moves, and then attack again. And when so the only good move is queen f1, but you understand it. So this game is already unnormal for white. So white supposed to lose the game, and black has advantage here. I don't want to continue. I want to stop here. So black can castle to the queen side, and so black position of black is developed. Position of white is undeveloped. White has one extra pawn and absolutely bad position, which end up in a bad situation like checkmate or resigning for white. So right now we can play the last interesting move after knight d4, queen g3. But in this case, queen moves to e7, and if white take, black doesn't care. So if I take another pawn, or maybe even a check, king moves. So right now black has advantage. So white bishop needs to move, and black doesn't want to take the pawn. They play d5. So take, attack the queen. Queen moves. Maybe it moves here. Then it will be e5. Queen moves back, and then attack again. Queen moves. So attack. Okay. And c5. Now in case of knight e2, it will be knight f5 again, and queen needs to move here, and then it will be d5. Queen runs again, takes the pawn. So right now black has 5 pawns, white has 2, 4, 6, 7 pawns. However, again, position of white is undeveloped, whereas position of black, especially knights, all knights are developed well. So right now the engine suggests to move the knight to c3 to give it for the to exchange it for the pawn. Knight c3, and if queen, if take, in this case, actually position of white is not good enough. So therefore position knight c3 is not good. So what about knight f5? If in case of knight f5, black plays knight h5 and h3, attack, so g3, check, move, and now another move, and it turn, no, it's first, wait. So the best is shown, the best move is shown, bishop g4. So now check, king moves, then knight moves back, and it turns out that it was a strange move. Bishop d6, queen moves to f1 again, and no matter how good is position of white, it's very strange that white queen returns to f1, and all the other pieces are not developed. So right now check, take, exchange, take, and what we have is black has win the material right now. So it turns out that even g3 is not so good in this position. So, and then how to play, how white should play. Let's return back. So first of all, white shouldn't take the pawn on f5, because in all positions whites are supposed to lose. So when black plays d4, it's a good sign for white. It's a good sign for white to surrender. So when black plays f5, so the best move is knight e2 and knight e7, knight c3, bishop g7. So right now white is prepared to take the pawn. Attack, move here, move b3, b6, so knight b5, rook protects the f7, so knight takes the pawn, take, queen moves, then rook move, d3, and bishop b7. So basically position of white is not so good here, but at least white has a good chance for making a draw, even though the queen is already on g2, but still the position of playable. However, the position is playable on the grandmaster level. If a beginner plays this position, it won't be so good. So I think black is supposed to win the position for for black if it happens on the level of intermediate players, because position of white is so weak, has weak places like g3, e3, and weak pawn on f3. So therefore, the best idea is not to play this variation with a square checkmate. Anyway, so the last variation I would like to consider is knight f6. f5 we considered, and in all cases black has serious advantage or some advantage in the best situations for white. However, the best variation for black, which actually brings a easy draw, is knight f6. So knight e2, bishop g7, knight c3, so castle, d3, d6, then castle again, knight maybe knight h5, knight bishop b3, a5, a3, king moves. So what else? g4, and right now we move like this. So it can be one variation, and in this variation black has a little advantage, but not very strong. Not very strong advantage. I don't know how to win for black. At least the position of white is defendable, very much defendable, and maybe even preferable if the beginners play, because queen on f3. It's not good for advanced players, but for the beginner players it's very good. So, and let's consider another variation. Okay, variation with d6, castle, and variation with a5. In this case, white takes the pawn, move d7. Also, absolutely playable situation for white. Take. Maybe advantage. So I would like to play such position for black. Oh, not this way. Rook f7. I would like to play such a position for black, but technically, after f4, queen h4, queen f3, knight f6, position is equal according to the engine. So black plays this a6, e4, take, exchanging queens. The game will most likely finish in a draw. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you next time. Bye bye.